We are live here, about to jump into last play-ins match of the day here for day one at Worlds 2021 play-ins. I'm doing great here right now. Here it's gonna be Unicorns of Love versus Galatasaray Esports, and I wouldn't be surprised if these people have actually met before in a scrim result. And this draft is diving in super fast here. We're gonna have to play catch up here. Bans on the side of Unicorns of Love here is Lucian, Rise, and Jax. Bans on the side of Galatasaray is the Lee Sin, Cassidy, and Irelia, which makes me think the Balula is going to be grabbing a LeBlanc here coming up here. Just to play more catch up here, Unicorns of Love have secured bosses. Oh gosh, I hate how I do this as a beginner. Argonauts, Ezreal, an Anisec, Trundle, and I cannot remember that top laner's name right now. Please help me out here. Wuuren joining me on the cast here today.
Hello.
Well,
what's that? Talent got through, so I'm a little bit scared already.
That is super scary there. And Mojito, as we saw earlier today, is a flank master here. MF secured as well.
Mole man. The man finds everything.
He just is there. He just is in their back pocket. He doesn't even care if he's on vision. It doesn't really matter here. Balulu going to secure the TF, so that global is coming through as well, which will pair very well. Talon might as well have a global with just how he can jump walls as the game gets later and later into the match here. The Kiana not making a showing here, so I think this bullet time isn't going to have too much supporting it other than like a single gold card. Second phase bans flying through. The Silas and Galio are going to be banned to prevent any follow through, any ability to follow this TF across the map. Might bait into Talia, honestly. And then Unicorns of Love banned out Renekton and Jace to keep bosses matchups in his favor. Make sure he doesn't get bullied out too early. How have I forgotten the name of this champion? Gwen coming in play. Awesome. So good to see some scissors, some snip, skip and slash.
You see, this is like, if you look at the bans, they try to give Boss a favorable matchup, and I wish they say, like, it seems like teams aren't saving their top lane pick, and I'd rather they just save the pick. Gwen does. I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm just shaking my head. You know?
I feel like Gwen could end up just winning this. It feels like a Gwen favored matchup after a certain point on account of just the amount of sustain that comes through on her kit. She can get her full snips and everything and the needlework rolling through here. Boss will have big chunks, big Cho'Gath ults with his Q, but I am not 100% sure how this plays out. And it's not like Gwen's Hallowed Miss is going to save her for much. So finishing out the draft here, it's going to be the Amumu taken away, actually. I feel like it's more of a taken away pick there for Santos to prevent any significant lockdown for Alive's bullet time on the Misfortune. Argonaut the Ezreal, No Man's with his LeBlanc. On the side of Galatasaray, we have the Rakan secured for Zergsting. So still going to have some setup for him. And do we have any feedback on who actually won this this draft in your mind, Warren?
I don't like the Mumu. They're not gonna. I would have preferred Yumi with Yumi Ezreal. I feel like Galatasaray just have more pick potential, and we saw what Mojito could do. UOL's not looking too good from the early games earlier, so except Sheepy's dressing really well, so I think Galatasaray won the draft in my honest opinion.
Yeah.
I don't feel very confident with those. The LeBlanc again has to do a lot. Like you're requiring your mid laner to be the catalyst of your team, which it's more of a mid jungle, not like, you know. So I would prefer it if that was a Syndra, which is easier execution. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Easier execution. Still would have Prio in the lane. Yeah. And provides with the front to back to really work in their favor. And just provide that space for Argonaut and the like. So actually putting it out because it was not showing like this. Oh, I didn't even realize this earlier. So we actually have quite a few ignites and 5 ignites in this game here. Crazy and Boss both going teleport ignite for the matchup. A lot of mobility on those champions, so very understandable picks there with the hook shot and the skip and slash. Zergsting with an ignite as well as Santis. So a lot of burn, a lot of flame in this match, quite naturally. And Mojito with an ignite as well. He's not going to need much mobility help on account of his wall jump. So this could be a very bloody match here, depending on how it's really on. It really the onus is really on Mojito and company to use this pick comp to go forward because if an Anisec does get pretty far into this matchup, uh, he's not really got a tank target to focus with his subjugation, but he can get into a pretty chunky boy, and because they've got basically in a way like 3 bruisers on the side of Unicorn's Love, the Amumu is not going to get to like a full level of tankiness, but he is going to be able to get some space in.
Well, again, I just don't understand the top lane picks. Like, I feel like they're all. I feel like okay, so like they want to go for 1-3-1, and we're seeing what. Even though, don't believe what any fool tells you. Gwen might have gotten a little nerfed, but that champion's still broken as AF. So.
Definitely, definitely. I've got a friend who casually 1v9s with Gwen on the regular. But looking at the jungle pads here, it looks like there's gonna be a mirror here, an Anisec and Mojito starting on the bot side of the map and moving up from there. Looks like an Anisec skipped his Krugs, so it's gonna be a camp lead. And as the education goes for how Talon likes to work, he likes to full clear, get his gold, get his level 6, and just has a really good pacing with the rake, with the bleed, with the Q reset. There's a lot of damage just within the 2 spells for Talon. So it's gonna be full clear for him. Nanisec's gonna do the same, and then we're gonna have to see, I imagine, like what's going to actually transpire to provide openings or opportunities for, say, ganks. Get a Trundle Pillar in to, burn a flash, scare some people off, get some damage in. Oh, gonna have a jump in here. A little bit of trade damage there, bot side. But Galatasaray with the initial push in. And they're gonna spot out. They know where Mojito is now. Trundle's also gonna be on this crab here. This actually could be a very, very bad situation for GS. Mojito's gonna have to tail it across the map here right now. I don't think they're ready for him to be moving this fast here. Is that a ward put in? Nope. So Nanisec looking for him, but he's gonna have to go back and try to play catch up for clearing out the rest of the jungle here. And I think they're racing it. I think they're racing bot here. Nanisec showing mid, but Mojito is already on this crab here, so they're gonna actually have a pretty fair trade here. And with that mobility on the side of Talon, this kind of actually ends up with the momentum, with at least the pacing, in Galatasaray's favor. Yeah, it's gonna be a 2-camp lead there for Mojito.
Yeah. And we're seeing bot lane's having a really, really rough time.
It's a super passive lane there with the Ezreal and the Amumu. Amumu has to pick his engages, otherwise he's kind of just... He kind of is like an Alistar. He just kind of stands there and waits for things to happen. It has to even wait for level 6. He's like an even rougher Alistar experience. There's no innate healing. And that double up, that did work there. He's going to come on out. He's going to bind in from Santis to prevent any follow-up. So, yeah. Unicorn's Love trying to kind of getting bullied here in the bot lane.
We can see what not having gadget Argonaut not having us a rough time, and I don't really know how this lane plays out. You typically want to pair Lucian with like Braum, Yuumi, Karma, so that's why I was confused with this pick. I think the problem. I know there's a lot of power pits, but sometimes you just got to go with what's tried and true. You know.
Mm, definitely, definitely. That poke would have actually, at least if it was like a Karma Ezreal would have definitely bolstered or really prevented any aggression from coming out of.
Oh, synchronized TP coming in.
Yep. Matching each other very well here. Oh, and Chain's going to connect here, so good trade there from No Man's. Well, so I did get to see a bit of time spent on SI with Sheepy, and so Argonaut is treated as like a pretty decent upgrade by the team and by the coach from Gadget. It's just that so far in this tournament, it's not very clear. There hasn't either been opportunity or Argonaut's been kind of stuffed by the games and not been able to really show up. He had a Lucian game earlier today. Unicorns of Love had a very good start, a very good game plan in their match earlier today against Detonation Focus Me, but it just did not pan out there. They got themselves up to about a 2K gold lead, securing a lot of turret plates, but when it came to the mid game, they kind of ran out of steam. They kind of ran out of plays. They kept trying to shadow or feign like they were going to dive the Gnar over in the tier 2 bot lane, but didn't ever make it happen, and it just bought enough time for Detonation Focus Me to get turrets and come back in. So now in this match against Galatasaray, this is where they need to find their way in and really secure this. Really bridge those gaps and get their first win here at play-ins.
Yeah, really try to get their first win.
All right, and so far it's still a very muted game. These early games are so muted and calm here in the play-ins. We're gonna have the blue traded off here for Balulu, and Mojitos is gonna keep farming. He's gotten himself a 10 CS lead over a Nanosec. Still 2-3 camps behind this Talon, and I think this jungle is just much. And there's no ganks coming out here. There hasn't been any wave manipulations available. There's no dives coming through here. Level 6s, level 7s have already been reached. So we've got our ultimates. We've got everything we need for team fights. And the first Drake was actually grabbed earlier by Galatasaray. So we've got a while to even get to the next Drake. It's been a cloud and mountain so far. So we'll either have an ocean or an infernal. Oh, and boss going in, getting a little trade there onto Crazy.
Nice little chunk off of the Q.
It's a good chunk there. And NSX looking for it is going to find himself in the brush. No ward for it. But Mojito might have a bit of trouble here. Xerxing's actually rotated his way up here. That's 3v3. That's this 4v4 here effectively here. Topside for this Rift Herald. It's down to 1,000 health. Crazy.
Boss is alone.
Boss got to move out here. He's about to get isolated. Here comes the Destiny, and that's going to be the knockup. Boss down to 200 health here. The last auto's going to come through. He's burning. He's going to survive. But they're just gonna drop the Herald right now. They're gonna have to flash in to try to get the stop here. And he gets caught there alive, coming in from top side, and there's gonna be another kill captured by Mojito. And Mojito might actually die in this exchange here. Yes, Anonymous gets the trade kill. But they get the charge off, they get the turret plates, they get the 3 kills actually. I think something happened bot side.
Yeah. And we're at a 2K gold lead at almost 10 minutes.
3K gold in the side of Galatasaray here. The Turks have come to play here. They are here to represent the TCL and show they are to be feared. This is a great showing here out of Galatasaray. Them and Cloud9 have been the only really like early game aggressive teams we've seen so far in play-ins. I would have expected out of like say LNG and Tarzan and company, but Galatasaray are really impressing. All right, and the Destiny comes in. They're gonna get the knock up, lock up. And as it comes in, it just starts trying to actually like bolster them, trying to push them away here. But they had the Rift Herald available to just take that turret aggro to get them the free. Santos comes in, gets blown up by the wild cards and the stun locking. And in nanosec, I think he's just coming in, gets Mojito, but no one really dies there on the side of GS. There's only, yeah, it's a 3-2 on the kill exchange so far. 2 kills onto the MF actually there in that fight, and 1 kill onto the Talon. That's actually where you want those kills. That is definitely where you want those kills. If Mojito gets himself ahead, gets that gold in his pocket, he'll be able to one-shot anyone on the enemy team. And you don't want this MF with enough damage to just easily just wipe the whole team. So Gale Force already secured onto the Misfortune here, way ahead of the Ezreal, and that, yeah, way ahead of anyone else in the map right now.
Yeah, this MF is a PowerPoint right now. I think they're looking to dive crazy right now. Let's see if they can pull it off cleanly. They have all 3.
Crazy's gonna make his move here. Balulu has teleported himself in with the Destiny. Oh, but Santos is dead. Crazy survives there. Oh, No Man's gonna play cleanup here. Nanosec trying to get the chase down here, but Mojito's gonna get the clean up as well. And Boss gone a little bit too deep there, buddy. Balulu trying to secure it, and Zergsteig delays it, gives it over to his mid laner. Mojito looking at No Man's, is going to get the first proc of the rake. Q comes in here. He's got his ult available, and the bleed's available as well. He's going to get the jump over here. Got to avoid those honeyfeet. They're going to slow him down here. Keeping the run game going. Got a little scary there for No Man's. But Mojito, not scared. I like this guy. This jungler, no fear. Just a playmaker. Just sees the win.
Let's just say that I think he's putting on his resume like Armut did. So let's see how he goes.
Could be seeing a Mojito in your jungle in an A or LEC in the next year with how this guy is playing. Alrighty, so Scry's been put out here. Zergsting trying to actually get some control here. Dragon isn't really up yet, so just general river control. Santos is going to go in on this. I think UOL has decided to fight more often than they'd like to, actually, because Balulu is going to be coming on this flank. That's going to be a catch. Gold card connects onto No Man's. The Mimic's going to try to help him distort away here, but Mojito's on him, and the bleed's going to come through. The Ignite ticks, and Zergsting's still following this up here. It's him and Mojito. And they're not going to get much more than a bit of Krugs. But that
Ocean Soul going over to Galatasaray.
Yep, Galatasaray. Nope, not gonna be able to get that dragon. Still 245 left till that comes up. But they're gonna get some turret plates onto Balulu here and start getting some work. And first brick goes over to Galatasaray as well here. Off screen, alive, very much alive and well, working hard, taking down some bricks, taking down some turrets. And Mojito gonna secure a camp here. Oh, looking for the catch here. Spider-Man coming in from Santos. He's got the second proc, but they gotta be able to see him. Where comes the binding? Oh, and the Curse of Sadamabi catches nothing here, and he's just going to get caught here alive. 4-0 here. 400 gold bounty on this man. Balulu gonna teleport in, and Nanosec having to run for his life here, but he's going to get double upped and double downed in the ground. Alive. 5-0 here. Doing so much work here. Galatasaray blowing this game wide open. 6,000 gold. They were not even 50 minutes into the game here, Wuuren.
Yeah, it's not even 15 minutes, and they've already got enough turret plates. They got Drake control. They have pretty decent scaling. They got the Gwen and the MF. I don't. How to almost 7K goalie? How do you get back?
I don't know. That's more of a question for Unicorns of Love, honestly. Santa's is gonna get a catch onto Mojito, but it's this 2v2. I don't think it's gonna be in your favor, guys. So a little bit of an optimistic looking play there, and it kind of feels like the only player that's not really behind their counterpart right now is Boss here on this Camille top side, but they've got to be able to somehow allow this Camille to get some work done or win this 1v1, but I just expect Crazy just to play super safe here.
Personally, I don't like the Divine Sunder build. I would have liked the Trinity Force, because there's basically squishies on the side of on the side of Galatasaray. I don't know. I think it's one of those op.gg auto picks.
Yeah,
Trinity just would blow up anybody he gets on.
yeah, maybe just
Autopilot,
favoring,
I
maybe
guess.
just favoring the sustain that you get out of that item more than the damage that you would get out of Trinity Force. Either way, they gotta figure out something here because Galatasaray kind of running this map, huge gold lead here, and you're really gonna have to find the right fight at the right blender. But so far, they've not been able to get fights that they want. There's too much mobility, just global. And Mojito with these flanks again. He's going to be in play here. He's going to get the rake 1 and 2 onto Argonaut here, and he's going to be able to survive. Santos flashes out here. Nanosec dies here. And oh boy, Boss flying in here, trying to get the catch onto alive here. They're going to be able to get the shutdown gold here. He's still alive, and he's going to be caught here, captured by Boss here. But the cleanup fight from the teleport from Crazy is going to wipe 3 out of the map here. Unicorns of Love, look for the play, get the kill onto just the Misfortune. That's a great bit of shutdown gold, but it leaves this dragon open for Galatasaray to come and secure and put themselves onto Soul Point.
And that's an Ocean Soul on a Gwen or a Khan and a Talon. Doesn't seem fun.
Does not seem fun at all. It's going to really allow them to just go from fight to fight, really. I would not be surprised to see Mojito go from bot side to top side, just getting kills and secures, because he is not going to run out of health, not going to run out of mana. And this flank here, just putting the pressure in, gets the rake across several of them. The Curse of Sad Mummy trying to get some work done. The bullet time shreds them, just brings everyone so low here. And Boss looking to get the isolation. The exhaust comes through to really delay this, but he still is just cutting through alive here. And Boss, win condition, yes. Winnable this game, questionable.
Unlikely.
Very unlikely here. And not too much else to be done here. Boss going to be trying to clear this out here. He's gotten himself a Tiamat and a Giant's Belt. Gwen finally catching up herself here with the Riftmaker. But yeah, and look at this item disparity here, bot side here. Ezreal should actually be having a pretty good time, especially in terms of countering the MF, the Talon, the AD elements of Galatasaray. But he is pretty far behind compared to his counterpart. 6-1 will really make your enemy look bad here. But
Very bad.
yeah, Ezreal just with the Divine Sunder right now. Tyr is almost fully stacked, but he still looks like he's a ways away from getting his Muramana and being able to start out to put out that Ezreal damage that we know and need, because this game isn't even at 20 minutes. Like, we are still quite early in this game. But all right, so Unicorns of Love have actually are going to be able to secure and start to shrink this gold difference. Yeah, chip away this gold difference. Can they get the second charge off here? There's going to be a 4-man stack here. Mojito's backing now, so there's a few bodies missing, but they're going to be able to actually get at least the second charge off, so get some damage down onto these turrets. And really, this is actually the best thing that they've been able to do so far. They're not picking fights that they can't win. They're not getting flanked out. They get the turret, get the turret score at least down to at least a 1 turret difference, and then from there they might actually have some chances. I think at least to get some map control access.
Yeah, they need another 10 minutes to really see this game play through, I think.
And so far, missing a few. All right, so far resets come through. Not too much vision play here. It feels like both teams are actually positioning themselves pretty passively. Baron has now spawned, so that is a point of contention. From that turret play, we actually have a 6,000 gold lead. It's been shrunk down, so looking a little bit better. We're going to need to see what else Unicorns of Love can get done here. because they need to find a way in. They need to find an isolated target. Need to get boss. Ideally, I think play around boss and get boss further ahead so that he can actually just keep jumping in, doing as we saw before in the last engage that UOL went for, and just isolate alive and just blow him up.
He's going for a split push build, but he's so far behind. I'd rather him be a little bit tankier, get a Sterax, or even actually a death stance would be pretty good here. I have to question that right now, considering he's so far behind.
Well, we're gonna have to see here because they might have. It may not be the most ideal play right now, but it is not clear that they're gonna be able to win the team fight. So it may just be that the whole team is really funneling into. Oh, Destiny coming in here. It's gonna be a catch. Boss is gonna be able to get the hook shot away. The Everfrost doesn't connect to much else, and all right, there's gonna be a catch. No Man's coming in, getting a little bit of chunks there on Desertic, but otherwise just kind of tickling the rest of Galatasaray. So still really rough here. Level differences are 2 levels up, big 2 level difference there for Alive, but otherwise the rest of the match has been pretty even. And gold card being held here. Gold card is gonna catch No Man's out. He's gonna get some wild cards. Gonna be chunked out just a little. But Unicorns Love taking their time, really trying to work their way through. They do not want to give this over here, but I think Galatasaray are just going to treat this as an opportunity to collapse and surround Unicorns of Love here. Objective has been started up. The Dragon's down to half health. Balulu jumps in, gets his stun off. And that's going to have to flash away here, but Alive is going to have to move himself away. The bullet time have to cut short here. Boss is trying to secure. Exegol Domain is going to get. He's going to secure it, but the dragon has been secured by Mojito and Argonaut. Not long for this world, my friend, is going to bleed out, and No Man's sitting in the back is going to have to also just get himself away. He's going to start backing. Balulu, oh, he's going to spot him out, and that's going to be the gold card. Misses the wild card. The little sidestep from No Man's going to save the situation. He's going to jump in, looking for the execute here. He's got the sweet spots. He's not hitting anything else here. Mimic available. He's going to be able to make the jump over here. No Man's. Execute secured. So, slight moral victory there. Oh, Mojito deep in trouble here. Boss looking for the fight here, but Crazy's going to start jumping in for this. Mojito, can he get the finish off? He does, but now he's got to get himself out alive and away here. Crazy. No skippage slash available. So, little picks here left and right here. Boss really doing some work, trying to call his team back into this game here, get some shutdown gold. And I imagine there was some shutdown gold there on Mojito. Did not catch how much that could have been. So, Unicorns of Love, it's a hard mountain to climb, but they are fighting their way to try to stay in this game.
They're fighting their way. It's just gonna be so hard, especially with that Ocean Soul picked up after that last team fight. I think what Boss did, I get he gets the MF kill, but I feel like if he stayed in the fight, they could have got more kills and it could have got even.
Yeah, because at this point, the bullet time is gone. There's not much else that Alive is going to do. Meanwhile, like, this Talon needs to be isolated or at least, prevented from going anywhere. There's other targets that are of more present danger than an MF whose ult has been wasted. So,
for sure,
kind of questionable decision making. Just trying to probably follow up on No Man's play there. But there's a lot more Q procs and a lot more damage that could have probably been put out in that fight. So we'll see if they make the adjustments. Because it seems like they've just sicking Boss on Alive just to prevent him from going anywhere. But I feel like No Man's might be of better service for that job, because I know you've been watching plenty of LPL, but if you watch some of these Camille's in the LPL, they look like team fighters. They are chunking people out. They're getting these just little stuns, little flanks off, isolating players, putting these fights into really, really unfair situations. Mojito being caught out here. Santa's going to get him on the edge of the Curses Dad Mommy, but I think those Mercators are going to save him. Mojito's going to die out here. Nanosec fighting this back here, and Unicorns Love in a little bit of trouble. Your gold card is going to come out. Santos, Sacrificial Lamb here is available. The Gwyn is available. He's going to put himself into the Hallowed Mist to save the rest of his team here. But Alive going to get his revenge onto Boss here. And Baron's up. Baron's up, and this is going to be looking really scary here. Their jungler is not alive. Mojito is dead here, so this feels a little bold here by Galatasaray. Nanosec is back here. Smite is available. Baron down to half health. Blue playing, Screener playing defense here, but Blue's going to get cut in half here by No Man's. That's going to get them off the Baron, and that's all they needed. Oh, the exhaust coming through here. Alive, just chasing him down. He's going to auto attack the man to death here, and sorry, No Man's blinks back, and he's going to get caught by TF.
Yeah, have a good day.
Yeah. Bolulu doing work here, involved in 16 of these 19 kills so far. And now, with this Ocean Drake, they could bait this Baron out forever, actually. This poke from Ezreal is not going to stick like you want it to here. Blue gold card is going to connect onto the Ezreal, and that is not who you want it to be on. Argonaut going to get cut out and blown up here. Unicorns Love stepping a little too far forward. And I think we might be seeing a 10,000 gold lead here coming in real soon here. Oh my goodness here. Galatasaray playing with such good discipline, such good reach here. This was looking good here. Mojito was caught out, but Argonaut left alone with Crazy and just gonna have to run for his life here. The Needlework doing so much work bot side here. And Mojito just so far ahead of the rest of like sort of the game say. It takes forever for 4 people to kill him. And there's just so much damage that's put out here. This just gives enough time for the rest of Galatasaray to get in here. Santos goes in to just delay and, make sure at least 2 people make it out. But Unicorns Love really struggling in this tournament to really find some wins and find themselves some winning conditions.
I feel like Galatasaray is showing why they deserve to be here.
Definitely, they are showing some proficiency and some confidence here. Gold lead now at 11K, and there's nothing to do but to just sort of walk this in here. Baron still has 1:44 left on him. One more gold card here, and one more gold card connection. I believe that they're gonna shut this one down here. Gwyn now joining on the side, having ushered in the spot lane. Now Galatasaray is gonna rotate in. Gonna have to wait for one more wave though. Oh, big mimic in from Santos with the distortion, trying to tenderize, trying to get this incoming fight like in their favor here, but the gold card's going to connect, and there's going to be a dead Santos. Can't even get the curse off in time here, and Boss dives in. Can't really get much done here, and Galatasaray is going to make the move on in, take this base, destroy it, get these towers down. Mojito has to go golden to survive the rest here, but No Man's burning alive on the turret, under the fountain.
And look at that Ocean Drake just like, yeah, we're good. We're okay. We're just going to walk away for a little bit.
Definitely. Damage is not going to stick here very well here. No Man's coming back in, trying to get some tenderize, trying to get some kills here, but that is going to end the first day of play-ins here. Galatasaray securing themselves a 2-0 winning score here in play-ins. Unicorns Love looking a little lacking. Not a great start here to start their plans, to start their worlds here in 2021.
Yeah, Galatasaray started off with a 2-0 for Turkey. I think C9 needs to look at not beyond the game, but Galatasaray.
Definitely here, and that will do us for today here at day 1. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you tomorrow for day 2 of play-ins.